Yeah, no, I think it couldn't have come at the right time. You know, both teams, Golden Arrows and AmaZulu, is finding their feet really well in the DStv Premier League. Both teams on good form. Both teams won decent statures. We both sitting 6 and 7 in the league. So I think it makes for good reading. Hopefully we are able to give the people the spectacle they deserve, you know. It's two teams who play very offensive type football. We've seen yesterday the beautiful result that Golden Arrows was able to pull off against the mighty Orlando Pirates, and ourselves against Bloem Celtic. So it was entertaining football from both sides. And now we're going to have an opportunity on Saturday to clash and let the tactics up against each other. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. But from my point of view, from my side of things, I think I'm struggling to have a squad, to have my best squad available, because obviously with such a tight schedule that we've been facing, and a game every third day, that's been really working against the clock. And you've seen yesterday, two of key players of the team pulled out due to injury, Mahaula and Sitebe. And prior to the game, Memela pulled out with also injury. And that's why he was out the team yesterday. And then Kola Mlambo was left out just due to a slight strain. But obviously we didn't want to risk having him available and then him breaking down as well. So we opted for the safest route by just taking him out the firing line, and so the list continues, you know. So as important as this clash is on Saturday, coaches have to be mindful, you know. So I think for me, it's going to be a more cautious starting 11 that will probably face Golden Arrows, because yeah, you don't have a full strength squad to pick from. So some players that's not been part of the last few games are maybe going to be called upon, and so they're going to have to go out and do the business. But we'll try and make it as competitive as rewarding as it can be, you know. But that will be my situation come Saturday.
How great is it to have two teams in Durban doing well at the same time? Because obviously with the rise of AmaZulu, you coming in, Arrows has surprised everybody by being up there. But just that rivalry within the same city, how important is it for both of you to compete?
No, it's Rob. It's from the utmost important, because when you have two teams in one city, it's always great, you know, when the two teams can do well, because it will only help the football this part of the world, you know. Like people will start showing more interest in the game, because the two Durban clubs are really fighting for things, and we're competing, and we find ourselves in the top end of the league table. But also the crucial part is when we eventually going to start seeing a rise in numbers of the fans will be allowed back into the stadium one of these days. And we all know what a passionate nation the KwaZulu-Natal area is for football, you know. Whatever final gets brought to Durban, whatever games are played in Durban, the quality of the fans always supporting their teams and that. But now AmaZulu and both Arrows can start wheeling in new fans that's supporting the club. So yeah. So I think both clubs can benefit very much from the quality of the football that they're both playing in the DStv league at the moment.
Good afternoon, Coach. I think you've been there for almost 2 months now, or 2 months and a couple of days. What is your assessment of the squad so far? Are you happy with how far you've come? Are you happy with the players that you've got? Would you be making any signings in this window? Thank you.
Yeah, listen. So far, it's 8 games that I've been in charge. 4 wins, 3 draws, and a loss. So it's not a bad turnaround. Not a bad turnaround at all. It could have been probably a little bit better, let alone some of the games that we were supposed to win, and then we ended up getting draws for them. But I'm absolutely happy with the ambition, the adjustment of the players to a new coach, new philosophy, new ways of doing things. And yeah, the players have risen to the challenge, and they've surprised me a lot. So yeah, I am absolutely happy with what the team has done thus far. But of course, you still would like to have add-ons that can just come and add some more value and some more quality to the team. So yeah, we are a team that's still looking to add more quality to the team just to help with the strength and depth in going forward. So we are looking, but we are not forced to bring in players just for the sake of bringing players in. And the players that comes in are the right players with the right mentality, with the right mindset that can bring value to the team and not make the team worse off than what we are now, because we're not bad off now. So players that will come into the team is only going to make the team stronger and better. If I can bring in players still during this transfer window, I would love to do so. I would love to add a little bit more. But if not, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world, because the quality that we have in the team is definitely enough, so players can rest easy that a lot of them that's participated since the arrival of me to the club, they can rest assured that, yeah, they still have to continue to work and do the business, but for now, I don't have intentions of changing or making them go. But yeah, we are also trying to offload some players, because we do have a big squad, and I think it's only fair, if you can help players to get opportunities elsewhere, they can get game time, then yeah, we're looking to offload a few players as well, just to make the team a little bit more lighter, but also very competitive and easier to manage.
I just wanted to check here from your side. Against Arrows, I remember in the league match, you were in the stand there, and then AmaZulu lost on that occasion. Just on that, what you see, what you saw on the day, and based on also what you saw of them beating Orlando Pirates, where do you think their strength is? Because more often than not, we see in terms of counter-attacking, they've got that speed, that make it difficult for opposition. And also on yourself, beating Bloemfontein the way you did yesterday, I'm sure it left you pleased, to come in, the character to come, the way, after you took the league 3 times, and then, but finally to win the game.
Yeah, no, listen. My first impression of the game that I joined when I joined the club, yeah, I watched the Arrows game, and I was very worried. From what I've seen, I didn't see commitment. I didn't see players really giving them all like they do now, playing under me. I didn't see a lot of qualities that the team is showing they have now that day against Arrows. So maybe that was really just a one-off where they were just off the pace, off the pitch, after a bad day at the office. But yeah, then again, they had a completely different coach with different tactics, different game plans. So we never know what was the reason why behind, the dismal performance against Arrows then. But since then, the team has vastly improved. They've changed a lot. They're more competitive. They believe in themselves more. So, yeah, Arrows is going to definitely be up against a completely different AmaZulu team, who's a team that fights till the bitter end, you know? And, yeah, Arrows, like you said, they've got a lot of speed. They rely a lot on counter-attacking football. So, yeah, it's something that we'll work on tomorrow and Friday before Saturday comes, on just dealing with the speed that they have, and how do we shut the counter-attack football that they play out completely. But I must say, it's their game has improved under the coaching staff that they have there now, because they are so more confident about their game, and they trust each other on the pitch. And they didn't against Pirates. They fought fire with fire. It wasn't where they played counter-attacking football and waited for Pirates to make mistakes and hit Pirates on the break. I think it was a fairly open game, but their players just wanted it more than what Pirates did. So they ended up getting a result. But we are aware of all the threats that they possess, that they have, that they could throw at us. But yeah, we're also focusing on our game and not worry too much about the opposition, which is Arrows.
Thank you. Brilliant afternoon, Coach. Busisoya from KFM. Mine is just a quick one. I just want to understand, what is it that you did when you joined the club to make the players have the kind of fighting spirit and never give up attitude that they have now? If you can just tell us on that. Thank you.
Hey, Busi, thanks for your question. I think it's just understanding players, where they come from, what they're going through in their lives, and what they're thinking, and what they want out of football. You know, I'm like I said, I have long conversations with individual players, and I try and understand them better, and I try and understand how I can maybe help to bring out the best in them, and how we can focus on working on what qualities they bring to the team and how they can help the team, but then also work on the qualities that the team needs for them to help the team, you know. So yeah, it's a lot of talking and a lot of conversations and a lot of trainings that goes into the turnaround from the players, and I make them to enjoy their football now. You know, you want to wake up in the morning to come to work. You want to wake up in the morning to come and enjoy and have a fun time at training with your teammates, with your colleagues, with the coaches. So it's all those things. I changed a lot of things from how they used to do things to how I want things done. And the atmosphere is changing. The mindsets are changing. And yeah, the camaraderie is changing. So I guess all those things that we've changed off the field is starting to pay off on the field, because there's more unity within the group now, and players are more happy for each other when they succeed as individuals, and when they succeed as a team. The team always benefits. So those were just the little things that I was able to change, and it seems to be working very good.
You spoke about Durban teams having good form, and in the past, whenever the KZN teams are on form, some bigger teams, they usually sign their top players. So can you assure us, can you assure AmaZulu fans that AmaZulu won't lose any top players? Like we've heard that Sitebe, Ntuli, and Maduna are targeted by bigger teams. Thanks.
Hey, Kululeko. Yeah, interesting question coming from you, my brother. But what I can assure you, I think these players are doing fantastic. At the moment, they are happy where they are. And I'm not sure if they're going to have the same enjoyment of playing good football, the same passion, the same love, and the same match time that they are experiencing playing under me and playing for AmaZulu, if they were to go to Sundowns, Chiefs, or Pirates, you know? So players have to also think about their happiness and the love of playing football on a regular basis, or you go and collect and fill your pockets and then you not end up doing what you love most. So that's the choice that they have to make. But we definitely try and make the players as best as we possibly can. And then if there's better experiences for them, if there's better lifestyle for them, if they can go and earn more money that we can't afford to pay them or that we can't match, then yeah, then you can't stand in a player's way. You know, then you have to open the door and say thank you very much and good job, great life, and hope things go well for wherever you choose to be. But they definitely going to miss being here. And from my indication is that none of these players that you've just mentioned has any intentions of leaving, you know, because at least that's the feeling that I get from being with them every day in training and seeing how they are. Everyone seems to be happy. Everyone seems to want to work for the team. They all want to do well. They all want to have success as individuals and as a team. So yeah, they are very happy being with AmaZulu. And if there's better opportunities coming for them, then it's up to them and their agents to speak to the club and see what we can do for each other. In my opinion, I think cup approaches should be exactly the same as you do every week on a weekly basis, because that's the mentality, that's the mindset that you have to show. You have to respect every club, whether it's an underdog or whether it's a DSTV Premier League club. You know, so we don't take nothing for granted. We cherish every opportunity that we get to be in a competition. And of course, we want to win it. We preparing to win this cup, but it all depends on the opposition, you know, so it will be a very hard fought match. And one of the teams is wanting to win, and especially when it's a derby, KZN derby, then it makes the challenge even tougher. But we go into this challenge like wanting to win, wanting to succeed, and wanting to have passage to the next stage. So that's our intentions. And also, I would have loved to have had that experience, which I've never ever had since when I was at my previous club. I never had an experience where I faced the NFD team or underdog team where, you know, you could change the team a little bit around, but you can just have that experience of playing against an NFD team. My challenges has always been every NEDBANK Cup competition that I've been involved in since joining my former team as a coach. We've always had a PSL opposition, and now at AmaZulu, our first challenge is Golden Arrows, a derby and a team that's in rich form. So yeah, it doesn't make the challenge any easier. It just makes it tougher. But yeah, we embrace. If you want to win competitions, if you want to win cups, you got to beat the best teams, you know, to get to the final and then win it. So I guess maybe that's just the hard way road for us that we're gonna get. But if we can get past this one, it will be a mighty good one, because now you got rid of one of the most favorite teams in the tournament, and vice versa for Golden Arrows. They would also think if they have a safe passage through, if they can end up winning this game, they would have eliminated one of the favorite teams to have the opportunity to go all the way. So,
the coach, good afternoon. This is Mihlali Balega from the Star newspaper. Coach, in the past few days, there's been reports that you are looking to offload some of your players. So one of the names that popped up was the name of Siphiwe Tshabalala. So how true is the fact that he's one of the players that may actually be transfer listed this window before it closes?
If I can be honest with you, I can't remember the list because I've done the list from the first week or two that I have, and I don't have the list in front of me to know which players was on that list, you know. But and for me, it's also for respect of the players that you don't want to make it public, but you know, you want to keep it an internal affair. And yeah, so I am looking to offload players because I say working with a big squad is it's just frustrating and it's hard and you don't get the best out of the players you need to get the best out of because yeah, you can't be focused on everyone because the squad is so big and the rotations and sometimes the quality gets missing because you can't pay attention to detail, you know. So yeah, so there is a big list of players that was asked to be released or to go seek other opportunities and that. And that is true, but the names on the list I can't disclose with you. I hope you understand.